Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hindu Navnumba. On behalf of Campus Times, we bring you the career guidance hosted by Victoria University for mainly senior sex leavers to come and tell them mainly to guide them on what they are supposed to do in the future. Have fun with the video. Thank you.
For you to have Charles last rather than me, because he will give you a more valuable insight. So I really want to start by thanking your Vice Chancellor, Professor Isawalija, and your Secretary for organizing this. Now, you will realize the value of this 20 years from today. You won't realize it today. No. The value of what's happening to you now will come 20 years from today. At that point, I will be 66. So you can look for me and ask me whether I was right or wrong, but I'm sure you'll look for me to say thank you for telling us that. So I repeat, the value of what's happening now will only hit you 20 years from today. And I can assure you that it actually will hit you 20 years from today. Whether you follow it or not, it will still hit you. So it will either hit you with success, or your clear failure will remind you of what you thought wasn't important and you ignored it. And I can see it in many of your eyes. You're looking at me and saying, look at that fool, what does he know? That's okay. You can think that now. There were many people who came to talk to us when I was your age at the university, and I thought they were fools. And I have regretted it so many times over. So, you think you're at a university on Ginger Road. It's the fastest growing university. It's quickly becoming prestigious. And so you think, who cares about a graying old man who went to Makerere those days? I want to repeat, what we are doing now will be important 20 years from now. Why? I was telling Ethan that when we were at the university, we used to have two types of people who used to come to talk to us. There were either politicians coming to talk to us about ideology and politics, Pan-Africanism, and this and that and the other, or pastors who would come to evangelize. Nobody came to talk to us about how you behave in the workplace. Nobody came to talk to us about how you remain polite. The importance of bathing, the importance of brushing your teeth, the importance of the language you speak, the importance of how you dress. If you turn up in my office dressed as if you're going to a nightclub, and there's many of you who do that, you come to my office dressed as if you're going to a nightclub, and you arrive, and the first thing you do is say, hi. You know, it's like I want to talk to you. At that point, my mind switches off. Completely. I have absolutely no interest in any conversation with you. You turn up with wild hair, with an overgrown beard, and you want me to trust you with being a financial controller in my company? I can't trust you with my food. Why would I trust you with the accounts of a company? You can say it's a free world. I am free to look like Mark Zuckerberg or those other nuts. That's okay. I am also free not to employ you. If you walk into my office smelling like a brewery or a distillery, that's more common. I already know that I am dealing with somebody who is reckless. You understand? So you need, if you want to work for people, if you want people to take you seriously, you've got to start by taking yourselves seriously. And by the way, let me say this. I've said it before, and I will say it again and again and again. Nobody, and I will repeat, nobody, not even your parents, nobody owes you anything. No one. So don't have these delusions, we are the youngest people, we are the biggest force in the country, the government must do something about us. To hell with you. You must do something about yourselves. So, my dear friends, don't get caught in this stupid notion that because you have a first-class degree and you've had all these great grades, when you turn up at our gate, you will automatically be recruited. No. Maybe we're not even looking for a first-class degree. In most cases, we're looking for somebody who is disciplined. Tell me which class, I want hands up. Tell me in which course where you will find a module called discipline. Hands up. Which course teaches discipline? Hands up. I don't want rote answers. Yes. Education, Bachelor of Education, has discipline as a module. What do they teach there? So, how is ethics discipline? So that's a course component. Okay? Does it exist in journalism? Does it exist in finance? Does it exist in engineering? It doesn't. These are things that are taught to you as part of your courses. So when your lecturer says the lecture starts at 12 and you turn up at 1:45, what's that? They don't have to teach you that to be disciplined you have to arrive on time. Okay, question 2. Which course here at this university has a course component called trust? Trust. Who knows? Is there a subject called trust? Okay, let me try something else. Is there a course in politeness? Is there a course in hard work? I want a subject called hard work. They teach it, you get 100. Out of 100, you get 50. Which course? Hard work. Yeah, a diploma in hard work. Yet, I want to tell you, my dear friend, the things that matter in the workplace, that lead to your success, is more than, okay, let me ask you, okay, I want to know which course teaches imagination. You go to class and they teach you how to imagine. But when you imagine, you will do this and this, then you become imaginative. Which course is that? Journalism. And what? And advertising. So everything we write or talk about is imaginary. Is it possible? Is it perhaps possible? Is it possible that biologists also study imagination? Is it possible? Anybody thinks biologists don't study imagination? Who thinks so? Who has ever done in biology here? Hands up. You did biology. Have you ever, in your course in biology, have you ever seen a spleen? Where did you see it? A spleen, a spleen, spleen. Yes, have you ever seen it? Eyes.
Not describing.
Where did you see it? Around. Whose stomach did you open to see it? Yeah. You say that again.
At the present, I don't qualify to open someone's stomach.
So what you know about the spleen is imaginary.
We open rats, we open cats.
When you opened the rat, what were you looking for?
We look at different things.
So did you look for the spleen?
Yeah, we did it.
How did you know how to look for the spleen?
Actually, under the guidance of my teacher.
So he was getting you to imagine.
Yet, I would like to tell you that at the workplace, the things that matter the most, creativity. You know, you like writing your CVs. I am a hardworking and creative person.
Team player.
But you are the rudest guy we've ever known. You've never read a book in your life, so your imagination is hopeless, and you sleep until midday and you think that you're hardworking. Simply because you copied someone else's CV. How can you possibly be creative? Hands up, those of you in the last 3 months. How many of you have read a 300-page book in the last 3 months? I'm not talking about a textbook, I'm talking about a book. What have you read? A Walk in the Sun. By who? There you are. Who else has read a book? Who's? Okay, that's not 300 pages. I've read it, I know. Who else? Jackie or Jack? Jackie Collins. Lucky. Why am I asking this? For you to be considered mentally healthy by the standards of the World Health Organization, you must read 12 good books a year. In a congregation of over 100 people, only 5 people have read a book. And you want to come and work in an organization where reading is a required part of work activity. So if I gave you a 523 report on business to read it and analyze it for me, how many of you have the reading skills to go through it? You even understand the English language? Hands up. So, I think I've made my point. I want to tell you, I didn't come to laugh at you, but I want to tell you that while you will invest a lot of time and money in getting good grades and studying your course material, there are things you need to do on the side which improve your employability in places like the one I work for. One, you must develop certain traits and behavior. We don't just recruit for knowledge. We recruit for knowledge and behavior. I would rather take somebody with a past degree and great behavior than a first-class student with horrible behavior.
Yes.
I will repeat, I would rather take a third-rate student with the best behavior than take a first-class student with atrocious behavior. Because from a business standpoint, I will be spending money trying to manage his behavior. And therefore, his productivity is zero. He can be the smartest guy on earth, he's a waste of my time. The kid who knows that they are weak and tries hard, works hard, spends time, that's a person I want to live in my office. Knowing that the person is reliable, can be trusted, is hardworking, can be part of a team, and being part of a team means you bathe every day, you are neat, you are smart, you are polite, you are generally acceptable to your colleagues. If somebody had told me those things, I would be very far in life. The tragedy of today is that these are the things that our parents are supposed to be teaching us. Unfortunately, they're either worse or they're absent. And so instead of being brought up, many of us just grew like weed. And so we are wild. If you're wild, you need to work on your personal discipline. Those are the things. You can't be holding arguments with your school administration. I'll give you an example. You know, I was driving by Moods the other day, and they were having these public rallies for their guild presidential campaigns. And there are these large crowds of people in the middle of the road. And we're driving. So I reached them, and there's this huge crowd, and they're telling me to get off the road so they can pass. So I refused. I just parked my car and said, you choose. Either continue on your side of the road, or you let me pass. You can stand in front of me. So some people started banging on my car. Some came and sat, until one of them finally recognized who I was and hit a panic and started telling his friends, please, please get off the car, don't do that. If you come to me with a certificate from a school where I know you're always striking, you're banning things, I will never employ you. Because I know that when we have problems in the company, instead of you being supportive, you will lead a strike. So be careful. Don't get involved in things that, and you know these days, our days at least, these days, the slightest thing you do is put online and everybody knows who you are. So all I have to do is Google you. And I find that you fought for food when you were at the university. You think now I can hire anyone from a hall at the university called the Sibilwa? Now, anybody who moves, they've killed a person. Out. So please, don't get involved in things that will be costly 20 years from now. Invest in things that will bring you out. At the end, I always have a very, very special message for the girls. At this point in your lives, you are being discouraged by all sorts of characters, including those who want you to remain in the bedroom only. There is one thing that the girls have to start working on at this stage, because the boys have a head start. It is something called self-belief. That the only thing that's different between you and a boy is your physiological anatomy. I've used very difficult words to mean your body. Your mental capacity and everything else is just as good, if not even better. So, you need to start working on self-belief, so that by the time you enter the workplace, you can negotiate a good deal. You women always, you arrive, you are competing for the same job with the man, then you agree for less salary. Why? Then when you start earning the same amount of money as the fellow men, your aspirations reduce. You start aspiring to buy the latest Samsung when the man is aspiring to buy land. Even when he starts aspiring to build, for you want to buy, there is a car called Ipsum. Now, what are your priorities in life? You women can be as good, if not better. Our company is run 50%, the senior management team, 50% are women, 50% are men. And you should listen to the quality of discussion and debate that we have when we're making decisions. So don't shortchange yourselves, young ladies. Don't. Don't. You're just as good, if not better. In fact, in most cases, you're better, because you have your priorities right. So don't be confused by somebody because he's negotiating for a partner for the rest of his life. That negotiation should also include you. You should also negotiate with him on the terms of the partnership, because he's also coming to be your partner. And when you start life, don't be shortchanged. Okay? If you've not understood anything I've said, please remember just this one. In addition to knowledge, acquire employable behavior. Thank you.